I'm super excited. So not only does See the Truth draw you 3 cards when you get Chapter 3 on Founding the Third Path, you also draw 3 cards off Demi-Lich, which is really exciting. This is a deck, I've top 8 at a challenge with in the past, a deck I like, a deck that is, I think, relatively good in this more, like, fair deck heavy meta. There's not as many combo decks as there has been. I'm stoked. I am stoked. Let's go. In before it's bugged with Demi-Lich. Sure hope not. Yeah, the bug was that you weren't able to draw 3 cards when you flashback See the Truth with Chapter 3 of Founding the Third Path. You were supposed to be able to. And it just like functioned like normally. So this is a very good hand if you find a land in the top few cards off of either a draw step or our consider. So I'm definitely going to keep this, being able to go Founding into Salvaging into Phoenix. I really don't want to get my Consider Spell Pierce, so I think I'm just going to main phase Consider. Murktide is usually a matchup I like with Phoenix, although I haven't played the deck very much lately. Hearse is definitely something that makes the matchup worse, I imagine. Okay, as much as I want to jam the Founding here, I think it's better to just play the Salvaging at instant speed. Yeah, there's been an insane amount of Murktide today. Have I tried the Grixis Phoenix one with Creeping Shell? I mean, I think that list looked pretty bad. The builder of that deck also said it looked pretty. It played pretty poorly, so I think I'm unlikely to play that one. Best deck against Murktide, 4-color Omnath and blue-white control, I think, are usually my answers. Hammer is pretty good against it too. Ooh, Jeskai Phoenix or Jeskai Murktide. They're shocking. Yeah, they don't have double Spell Pierce, do they? They just always have all the Spell Pierces these days. Why would they shock? Okay, probably Bolt. Okay, so Founding into Salvaging, discard Phoenix. I think I'm just going to Ending here. Good draw for sure. Is Jeskai control just unplayable? I mean, splashing red and blue-white control for Fire Ice is reasonable. Some sideboard cards. Lightning Helix itself is not a very good card, which is, I find, oftentimes what people mean when they say blue-white control. I think I'm going to cast a Consider here before the Salvaging resolves for a better card to loot away. And I think I'll loot away the Founding here. Mill 4. I've cast 2 spells so far, so Demi-Lich costs 2. Let's go. Oh, and then there's See the Truth in the Yard. Let's go. Lightning Bolt the Channeler. Counterspell here. It's fine. Don't mind that. I'm going to cast Consider. I think I can draw Lightning Bolt. Cast Demi-Lich. Bring back Phoenix, and then you're going to be able to draw a lot of cards next turn. And I think I'm winning the card advantage game here, so I'm going to just leave the Phoenix back to block a Delirious Darcy. My league in up 3-2 because I had to leave for emergency while playing for 4-1. Okay, so this is the domain deck. Imgur is always... Oh, I need to pause ad blocker and see whatever deranged ads they're playing on Imgur. I remember when Imgur didn't have ads. Okay. Okay, so Binding Bolts, Frames, Helix. I feel like I just don't like Helix that much in the it always feels like the worst card, and I know that you like feel like you have to play it because you deal so much damage to yourself, but it's like really only matters against burn. Helix definitely, I mean, I guess it helps your burn plan somewhat too, but I just feel, it always feels like the worst card in the deck by so much. Hold on, let's do the thing, huh? Let's do the thing. Let's go. Feels amazing. Finally, we get to do this. Spike, why do you like Demi-Lich? Why don't we play Enigma Drake over Demi-Lich? I also think that like the cascade spells are fine. I think this build looks fine. I think that the main deck endurances are probably not exactly where I'd be at the moment, unless you feel like there's just like a ton of living end locally. But even then, I would maybe be more interested in playing Teferi Time Raveler instead. Ligma Drake. Okay, so I'm gonna bring in the Path to Exiles against Murktide. They're for this matchup and Hammer. I haven't sideboarded too much with this deck in a long time. I think I can probably cut the third Gut Shots, fourth See the Truth, fourth Founding, and draw. Not sure. I do like the Mordigos. They look pretty good against me when I played against you earlier. Hidetsugu Consumes All's fine. Maybe we'd play a second copy of that. Oh, Confounding Conundrum is completely unplayable. Don't ever register that card. I'd play the third Ego over it, or the second Hidetsugu Consumes All. Yeah, maybe also just play 2 Feed the Clan on the board. If you're really that afraid of the... Well, I like the Chalices. You can actually play Chalice on 1 pretty often, although I guess it's bad with your Cascade spells if you're trying to do that. Okay, let's keep this. Let's put back the Steam Vents. Yeah, I kind of like Teferi over Endurance. Teferi over Endurance. Third Fury over third Helix, and you have like 2 more slots, which I'm not sure exactly what I'm recommending, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what I exactly recommend in that spot. You can play Ragavan over Endurance. Ragavan's pretty good. I'm gonna salvaging discard See the Truth here. Yeah, the bug is fixed. We play tested it. We got to do it in the league. The bug is fixed. We're free, baby. We're free. Yeah, I think that's how I would build this. Yeah, the bug was that you were not able to draw 3 cards when you flashback See the Truth with Founding the Third Path, but you were supposed to be able to. Awesome, love that resolved. Let's make blue-red. Consider. We can graveyard this for some value, but if they have a counter spell, then I can only play like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna not get super duper greedy. Well, I don't really want to... I guess I can discard the Path, because I can flash it back with the Lich, so... Yeah, we'll just draw this, cast the Salvaging to get up to 4 spells cast this turn. Don't really care about counter magic at this point. And this is like really why I like this build of the deck is... Like, you're just so resilient to counter magic, discard spells, removal. Like, if my opponent counters this, I get to cast it immediately from my graveyard for 0 mana. How many 0 mana spells are in Pioneer? They're all Convoke, and none of them are very good. Let me cut my close my blinds. Hold on. And of course, not Founding the Third Path, not the only way to draw 3 cards of See the Truth. We also have DMU Lich. Yeah, when we're talking about spells, I'm assuming you mean instants and sorceries, because we're talking about this deck. There's like plenty of 0 mana artifacts and ley lines. Oh, I forgot I had a Salvaging Rebound. It's fine. Alright, I'm just going to play my island, go to combat. What? Ah, for Delirium. For Delirium. I see. Yes, we can keep this. When you cast Salvaging with no cards in hand, it functions as card advantage a lot of the time. And this will let me just cast 2 Liches from the yard for 0 mana. Ooh, where did that Phoenix come from? Oh, I must have just milled it. Okay, so let's go. I'm gonna keep the path in the yard. Exile, ending, ending, salvaging, salvaging. So if I cast this other Lich, I have no more instants and sorceries in the yard. I have no more instants and sorceries in the yard. I guess I'll leave that one in the graveyard. No, Founding doesn't let you cast those. It has to be mana value 1 or 2. And for Chapter 3, you have to pay the costs. This card is very intentionally designed to not work with Cascade spells. Or Suspend spells. I think I'm going to say... Well, I'll cast it. I think just getting the spells... When I have a Phoenix in the yard, getting in DMU, I should probably just have number of spells cast. Got shot for the Phoenix to come back here. Yeah, well, we'll play more of the Esper Mentor deck. It obviously went pretty well the first time we played it. The Conundrum is 2 proactive spells. Hoser versus Cascade Glimpse combo has value versus Titan. There's another card that does that. Conundrum is terrible against Titan. I've played against the Titan. It is I promise you, not worth including. They can even they can even use it to bounce their bounce lands to their hand. It's also not that good against Scape Shift, right? Won't they just kill you? Or I guess I don't know how the trigger stack. But you just play Ashiok. Just play Ashiok instead. Ashiok is way better in both of those matchups. Oh, sorry, I should have got Steam Vents. Okay, I'll take a path. Just not really losing to anything besides double Murktide, I think. Guess it's not overvibing a 2-mana over 3. People played Founding when it first came out. It was so embarrassingly bad. Ashiok is nuts in those matchups. You can play it on turn 2 if you play Ragavan. I think I forgot to play a Lich from the yard last turn. Sorry. We could have played that one for 0. Oops. Probably be okay. Just one more 2-mana draw 3 as a treat. This is the 4th one of this match, at least the 3rd. Okay. Remember I said you would hate the day you Ridge's Path because it's bad? I mean, I usually say that for main deck. Path Exile has been playable as a sideboard cards in decks like this that want answers to Murktide Regent and don't have access to a better option, which is exactly what this deck wants. Usually I don't like to do the whole clarification, but I can't imagine main decking Path in Modern these days. As a sideboard card, it's fine. How big of an upgrade do you think Founding is for this deck? I think the card is really good. It's hard to quantify, especially because Founding the 3rd Path also makes See the Truth playable, so it's kind of double upgrade, right? Pretty tempting hand. I always have a really hard time mulliganing Manamorphose. I think if this Thoughtscour was a consider, we could keep... I'm going to go to 6. Okay, let's keep this one. I think I'm going to put back the 2nd copy of Lightning Bolt. And deck tech for Pocket Beers. Sorry, are you sick of saying Founding the 3rd Path yet? Yeah, we can maybe just start calling it Founding. Grixis Unearth with Founding. Very cool. So kind of similar to the Esper. No, come on, opponent. This is game 1. Chill. Chill. This is game 1. Although we do have, prismatic endings in the deck as a way to answer this. Would I prefer Swords of Plowshares legal modern instead of Path? I would obviously not prefer that because I'm not a deranged lunatic, a deranged blue-white control player who thinks that we just need Swords of Plowshares in Modern. One of the most unhinged takes you can have as a Magic player is to think that Swords of Plowshares would be a reasonable addition to this format. Okay, I have to take this Prismatic Ending. I feel like I'd be inclined to play... Oh, yeah, I would be pretty inclined to play, like, DRC over Snapcaster Mage. As good as, like, the loops with the card are. And I'd be pretty inclined to try to play Mishra's Bauble in the deck as well. Maybe there's not room. Oh, they play Bauble over Thought Scour pretty easily. And then play Unholy Heat over Lightning Bolt. Is I think how I built this. And I think sideboard looks pretty good. I would maybe play like Terminate over Fatal Push so you can hedge against Murktide too, but sideboard I think in general looks pretty good here. Okay, Tron obviously historically one of our worst matchups. I'm not you can play more hate than we are currently, which is like 0 hate. I can try to Manamorphose this turn, and if I find a 0 mana spell, I get to Demi-Lich, but I think it's better to just see the truth and try to set up for next turn. This is obviously not ideal. I think Burn needs help in Modern with a card like Fire Blast or nerf Price of Progress. Burn is at the time of making this comment a good Modern deck. Burn has been better in like the last 4 or 5 months than it has been before Modern Horizons 2, like the entirety, like, or like 2 years before Modern Horizons 2. Burn is in like a pretty good spot. I don't think that I don't think Price of Progress would be or Fire Blast would be positive additions to Modern as a format. I think that those cards are both you know what those cards do. You know why you want them in the format. No good intentions there. I played Burn at less FNM. It felt hopeless. I'd say that is somewhat anecdotal. I wasn't there at your FNM, but Burn has, like, I think almost even like objectively been putting up better results and performing better in the last few months than it has been in a long time. You can play any deck at any FNM and feel hopeless, Do we scoop 2 Nugan? We might be able to like Phoenix our way out of it. We're about to draw like 7 cards this next turn. How's this deck Spellcher matchup? Not amazing. So with this deck, I think this deck is very good against Hammer Time, control decks. I don't mind the 4-color Meth matchup. I like it against Murktide. I like this deck a lot against fair decks, and I think that it tends to struggle against the big mana decks and combo decks. I was reading an article that says why Process of Progress harms monocolored decks the worst because it destroys any advantage of the game from being able to run utility lands. Fuck Price of Progress. Feels like a stretch. You get Price of Progress though. You get it's just like Leyline Binding. You get to play less utility lands, but you get 1 mana answer any permanent. It's just a deck building restriction. This deck favored against 4-color. I've always kind of liked the matchup against 4-color where like they have like especially game 1, they have like very little graveyard hate and you get to do your thing. Oh, like have like super explosive turns. You can lose obviously, but I usually don't mind the matchup. Okay, so they're not going to expose the Relic to my Prismatic Ending, it seems. I don't think I need to prioritize Prismatic Ending on the Expedition map, though. I might go, like, See the Truth and Lightning Bolt. Let's see what I mill over. So I can either doubles... maybe I'll just double See the Truth. Because I need to kill the Karn anyways. Listen, we didn't wait this long for the bug to be fixed to not, like, be so excited for this to... to be fixed. Oh, man. Oh. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, where's my other fountain? Exiled somehow. Okay. I could scour, and if I find a Demi-Lich, you get to Lich. I think I'll do that. Cool. It has Relic. We're up against Tron, though, obviously. This is kind of a scary board against Tron. I don't know, Jane and Paper, is it worth buying? Gora's deck could play something else. You could play Obsidian Ghost Council in the main deck, and then whatever other sideboard cards you want in the sideboard. You put the Fountain in your turn 2 to consider. Major punt. So they're going to Lightning Bolt one of my own Liches, I guess. Get the Prismatic Ending out of my hand. Or maybe they'll just go, like, play the other Founding and Lightning Bolt the other Lich. Could this deck work in Pioneer? I mean, the lack of 0 mana spells in Pioneer is pretty tough, but... I've thought about it a few times. I haven't sat down to work on it. You know, you also have to play Opt, and Opt sucks, you know. Wouldn't Tron play this in Miracle? I mean, I don't think they usually main deck it, but maybe it's fine. They could have killed me. Bolt me, Fetch Shock. I think they could put WB9, right? Oh, they can flashback Gut Shots with the Lich. No, the Gut Shots are exiled. I don't know, dude. Wait, why does it look like they're casting a Demi-Lich? Oh, the Prismatic Ending, okay. Bolt, swing, Demi Bolt again. Yeah, but I'm at 10. That's just 9, right? I have all 4 Phoenixes still in the deck. Something. Although, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to survive this Emrakul attack. I guess if I have to find all 4 Phoenixes this turn, right? Doesn't seem all that likely. Wait, why are they attacking with a second Demi-Lich? I think that they think Demi-Lich casts the spell for 0 mana. They're just taking 8, or they're just taking 4 that they shouldn't have taken. I've said this a bunch. Emrakul the Promised End, I think is the card with the highest percentage of misplays when cast. Or like is misplayed the highest percentage of times when cast, because it's just so easy to just mess up like one little thing, you know, because there's so many options, you're not used to playing their deck. Every situation isn't unique. Yeah, the Lightning Bolt gets exiled, which is tough. How many bolts do I have left? Because a bolt is, you know, like 6 damage here. I have 2 bolts left in the deck. No, I can't block. Oh, Demi-Lich doesn't have flying. I can't block anyways. Oh, we get the next turn. Emrakul is not just Mindslaver. It gives your opponent an extra turn after you Mindslaver. So they go down to 8, and I need to find some combination of like 3 Lightning Bolts and Phoenixes. But I have 2 Bolts, 4 Phoenix in the deck, and a lot of mana. I think I just start off with a Scour. Mill the Phoenix and a Bolt. So that is lethal. I have to cast See the Truth Bolt first, but I think we just get it. Thank you, opponent. Very cool. Amazing. Probably shouldn't have won this game. Who's to say? Oh, but it's bullshit to have Emrakul, right? Cool. Cool game. My sideboard is currently having the attitude of, let's just dodge Tron. I think it's a fine attitude to have right now. Anyway, you get rid of Emrakul? Yeah, just kill him. You just kill him. Yeah, the bug is fixed. The bug is fixed. And the deck has been, like, very exciting so far. We've drawn so many cards. I could play, like, a Wear Tear. Wear Tear is, like, so much better on the play, though. Where you get to kill map and stuff. It's just not that good. No, Ashiok sucks. It's way too slow, especially on the draw. It's like, also too slow on the play without a Mana Dork. I might play like one Ashiok in the play, but it's not very good. Path seems good. I disagree. Listen. We could beat a Warp Coil Engine without Path. Yeah, Ashiok's mostly for the Titan matchup, and then living into. And what's nice about Ashiok in this deck is you can self mill yourself. I think I'm gonna mulligan to just maybe try to find a faster hand here. Maybe this is gonna be a faster hand. Yeah, I used to play Cleansing Wildfire, and so the thing about the Phoenix deck is just like every deck, I guess. You have a limited number of sideboard cards you can play. When Tron is popular, you can play Cleansing Wildfire, and what's cool is you can flashback Cleansing Wildfire with Demi Lich and now founding the third path. But also Tron is a really bad matchup, so it's hard to dedicate a bunch of sideboard cards to one relatively obscure bad matchup. But if that's what you need to target, then that's the card you play, I think. Okay, we'll just do chapter 1 here. I think maybe chapter 2 was better. Very likely to just be dead and then have to win game 3 on the play, which is way more likely. Okay, on the play, I'm going to play 2 Wear Tear over 2 Gutshot and click Submit. And mulligan the 7. Keep this. I think I'm putting back the See the Truth. Yeah, Ashiok is way too slow. Like they do all their tutoring on turn 1 and 2. Or turn 2 specifically. And Ashiok is a 3-mana spell. If Ashiok was a leyline, I'd be super into it though. There's a really good chance I'm casting Ending on turn 1 instead of salvaging. Oh, man. I mean, ending on Chromatic Sphere could just be the game, but it does seem better to me to go salvaging, discard Phoenix, rebound salvaging Manamorphose, and get 2 creatures into play next turn, especially when the Chromatic exiling the Sphere might not even do anything. They do find an Urz is mine. Another Sphere. Okay, I'm kind of ending that one, I guess. Hopefully I draw a Phoenix off my salvaging and get to double Phoenix. Alright, wasn't able to summon that, I guess. Okay, what am I discarding on the rebound? I think I can't discard the Lich. I'll discard the Island. Okay, so now we go Founding into Chapter 1 into Manamorphose on blue-white. I can just spend 1 mana on the Lich if I don't draw anything. I do draw something here, so Ending. I've cast 3 spells. Thought Scour is the 4th spell. Could hit another Lich or another Phoenix. Do not. But I could flashback, maybe See the Truth next turn. And obviously, we are hoping that my opponent doesn't have turn 3 Tron, right? But they just have it. What are you gonna do? Bring in Path to Exile, maybe is what we should have done. I don't know. Not usually the way I like to fight this matchup, I guess. So what are we gonna do? I think I need to flashback See the Truth and draw 3. I could also try to See the Truth off of this next turn. I could do something like... Yeah, I could do something like try to Consider into a land and then kill this with Wear Tear. I do really feel like I want to find a land this turn. Okay. Yeah, it seems like the line. And then maybe they block the Lich. You block the Lich. Kind of hard for them to not have more payoffs. See what happens. It's a bad matchup. It's okay. The game 1 was really fun. You find Relic of Progenitus, which is in like a lot of ways worse than a payoff here because I can't just concede. But they're gonna stop me from flashing something back with the Founding to get rid of my Lich. But I guess we're not, 100% dead, huh? Oh yeah, that's actually great for us that they blocked with the lifelink one. Okay, so let me just go Founding on Chapter 2 here. Mill 3. See the Truth in the Yard. When I was milling just now, I was just thinking, please hit See the Truth, please hit See the Truth, which I think is a really good it's good news for the card if it's like, what we're trying to see. Although this is probably textbook example of when we'd want to see it. Okay, we probably can't race that Worm Coil. So we're gonna have to try to outgrind it, which is tricky. Maybe I was wrong about Path, although my opponent having them being on Worm Coil instead of their other payoffs has been convenient for all the Path to Exile enjoyers, huh? Alright, draw 3. Damn you. So we get another Phoenix. And I'm double blocking, baby. You can't even let me draw 3 little cards, huh? 3 little innocent cards. Okay. Definitely a tough matchup. Very fun match, though. I'm gonna go get some coffee real quick. I'll be right back. We're up against a Yorion deck. I usually hate to mulligan Manamorphose hands, but I think you have to mulligan this. You can keep this one. Is it better to keep Lightning Bolt or keep Ending? I'll keep the Ending for Ren and 6, I guess. Like 15 feet. Oh, very cute. Cute indeed. Sprawl on red. Graveyard that. I think I'm gonna go this turn, Founding the Third Path on Chapter 2. Mill myself. And I do find See the Truth in the Yard, which is very, very nice. And notably, my opponent can't Teferi next turn to stop the Founding trigger. Abundant Growth. Don't endurance me, please. Thank you. We just have to ending their Sprawl here, slow them down a bit. Yeah, most likely to be Vivian combo, I think. Opponent says, wait, that's really cool. I agree. Very hyped to be playing with this interaction finally. Right. Thought Scour myself, mill over a Demi-Lich. Let's go Manamorphose for blue-red. Scour. Salvaging in the Yard. And we also milled over a Demi-Lich. We've cast 3 instants of sorceries, though, so I can just go spend a mana. I don't need to use my Gut Shot right now. I might leave the Salvaging in the Yard to flashback with the Lich, but I'm almost always... I have another See the Truth. Oh, I don't have a See the Truth, okay. I guess I'm going to exile 1 Gut Shot, 1 Manamorphose, 1 Scour, 1 Ending. And then... bring back my Phoenix, too. Awesome Dredge. Kind of getting a little flooded here, unfortunately, but got a lot of action at least in play. If my Lich dies, then we're running out of action, I guess. Does Gutshot break up the Vivian combo? I don't think it does. When Vivian minuses, how much loyalty does it have? It's like 2, I think. Oh right, but it pluses the birthing pod. I forgot. I don't know why I thought it minus the birthing pod. Yeah, Gutshot shouldn't really do anything against the combo. So opponent only 3 mana. They're not going to be able to Omnath plus fetch land this turn if that is their goal. They choose Solitude, which is not super surprising, to be honest. Might be a hard cast Phoenix game. Yeah, 17 lands, by the way. They play Omnath anyways. So I have a hard time imagining that they're not going to Solitude my Demilich. So I'm just going to go cast Phoenix, go to combat. Not going to flash anything back. And now I'll just kill the Omnath. I think they're still going to Solitude, I guess. Maybe they don't have a white card. Seems like they don't have a white card. They're down to 6. Really hard to play around them not having a white card here. This is obviously still ends up working out pretty well for us. The deck has been performing pretty well so far. I mean, we're just 1-1, but we lost like match to Tron, which is like our worst matchup, I think. We've drawn half of our lands are halfway through the deck. I feel a little flooded here. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Minusing on the Phoenix into Ren and 6. Minus on the Phoenix, and then maybe goes like land Yorion in hand for white card. Seeing some truth. So we could draw 3 if we flash it back off Lich, but I guess I'm more likely to just bolt. Manamorphose is very tempting over the Phoenix. Hardcast Phoenix is really likely to just win, though. Notably, they didn't Yorion in their hand, so maybe they have Endurance here. They can't hardcast Endurance. Yeah, I think we just actually, you know, do this. Okay, that was good enough. Vivian combo, huh? I think on the play, I'll be interested in Ashiok. I don't know if I want Ashiok on the draw. I do think that these endings are probably pretty bad. I might play 1 ending. Blossoming Calm is insulation against Endurance, which I think is going to be something that we're going to want. Also, being a rebound spell is pretty good in the deck. Path is also kind of interesting because it breaks up their combo, and we're kind of like light on ways to beat the combo. We might be able to just race them. I don't love ramping. I don't usually like Path very much against Omnath deck. Maybe I'll just play an Ashiok. Maybe I don't play any endings. I just play 2 Ashioks. Actually, let's try Ashiok. It's definitely better on the play, but we can bring him in. We can bring him in. Wow, 3 of my sideboard card, huh? Must be a good hand. Get them all again, I think. I think we have to keep this on the draw on 6. This hand, you know, needs to draw land, and this hand is very good if it draws a land. Yeah, Path is for Hammer Time, Murktide, and then also like Archon decks, yeah. Not for answering Omnath. Yeah, the bug is finally fixed. I'm not gonna bolt that end of turn. Not yet, at least. The founding is pretty exciting here. I'll take one more look at a land. If we miss, we'll just go to game 3. And then probably play extra Ashiok in the play even. Was it that you're supposed to be able to draw 3 cards with the combo with See the Truth? Chapter 3 lets you draw 3 cards of See the Truth. It was bugged on Magic Online until today to not let you do so. Okay, got shot for that. Okay, there's the land. There's an Ashiok. I'm probably going to discard the See the Truth on the rebound so that I can try to set up to flash it back. Gonna wait on the Gut Shot too because I might want to have that for like spell count for next turn. I have Blossoming Calm to hedge against the Endurance, which is cool. Which kind of feels like that might be what they're on here. Yorion into the hand, and they have to go to discard. Almost definitely discarding a land, though. Yeah, let's discard the See the Truth. I wish I could have discarded the Phoenix, obviously. Or milled it over, which we have failed to do. So I think... I'm going to go Founding... I'm not going to play around Endurance anymore. I'm just going to go Founding on Chapter 1. Lightning Bolt the Wrenn and 6. Oh. Lightning Bolt the Wrenn and 6. And then... Gut Shot the Reef. Yeah, I think we're supposed to kill the Wrenn in this spot. I'm not 100% sure that that's the correct line. Obviously, missing so many land drops is pretty tough this game. This ending? I'm totally okay with Prismatic ending. Okay. That is fine. Interesting. So I'm going to target the See the Truth here. I'm also going to mill myself for 4. So I mill myself for 4 first, and then there's a Demi-Lich in the yard. I'm just trying to think if I want to Manamorphose this turn. I think I do want to Manamorphose this turn. There's obviously like a pretty good chance I don't get to Demi-Lich or anything, but I think the upside of being able to sometimes is good enough, and I'll almost definitely be able to next turn. So I've cast 2 spells. Yeah, I'm just a little short. That's okay. Just pass. Maybe I should just be playing 2 Blossoming Calms. Might make that change for game 3. Counterspell the Morphos would have been devastating. Yeah. Although, yeah, their version plays less counterspells, and it's like about as devastating as Counterspell and See the Truth, right? Oh, I guess, am I supposed to... I have another See the Truth in the yard. Am I just supposed to See the Truth again? I think I'm probably supposed to Manamorphose. Blossoming Calm is for Endurance. I could also go... I could prioritize killing the Omnath. I feel like maybe that's a luxury I don't have. Ooh, another Manamorphose. Yeah, maybe I try to get the Salvaging so I can get a Phoenix. I can also try to go Manamorphose, See the Truth, 2 1-mana spells, discard Phoenix to hand size. Is Endurance played that much? We play 3 Calms. I mean, it's not just... That's not the only purpose for it in the deck, but in this matchup, that's why we have it. But yes, also, Endurance is pretty common. I also kind of feel like I want to try to Ashiok this turn, if I can. Can I go Gut Shot, Manamorphose, Lightning Bolt, Ashiok? And Demi-Lich. I'm 1 spell short of all that. I'm going to target See the Truth. And then I'm going to go They didn't have endurance earlier, so I'm not going to hold up the calm. So I think I'll go just cast DMU from the graveyard. And then discard 2 Phoenixes to hand size. Might be dead. Okay, not dead. Oh, well, I guess they can just, if they have Lightning Bolt, I'm dead, because they can give me the 4. I was thinking about the Vivian combo. Does this target? This is each opponent, probably? Yeah. Let's go Yorion, draw 2. Not just over, but obviously very unlikely to win. What a way to go out, huh? They might be somewhat surprised to see these Blossoming Calms. We'll see what happens. Kind of surprised they didn't just, like, hit me for 4 more. This is going to gain them life if they crack now. Island for turn is not much help, unfortunately, though. I can go Calm, Bolts, Demi-Lich. I think I'm just losing this game in such a way that I think I'd rather just like not show them that I have Blossoming Calm for game 3, and so like if they can play into it a bit more with endurance. Although I think trimming 1 makes sense. I think that's a bit too many copies. Although maybe it's just like maybe these gut shots are just bad enough that I can play 3, and like I can even just use this as a 0 mana spell to set up for a rebound, which is really nice, very synergistic card. I could play 1 path over the gut shot. I mean, gut shot being 0 mana spell is fine also. Hopefully you don't have to keep like an awkward 6-card hand like we had to that game. Do you have to mulligan the 7? Pretty solid 6, I think. Or good enough to keep at least. Oh, they saw the Calm in the yard. That's a good point. Opponent is on a multi 5 this game. I think I'm super likely to just discard See the Truth to salvaging on turn 2. I'm not, super interested in casting this for 2 mana. Obviously, you will some amount of time. Multi 4, wow. Multi 4. Wow, 80 cards, by the way. Teferi would be pretty bad here. Turn 2 Teferi on a multi 4. They did name blue. I guess I'm just going to cast See the Truth because I don't know if I'm just playing too scared of Teferi. And admittedly, this Founding is not very good against it, but since the Teferi stops the rebound off the salvaging, it stops the Founding chapters. Okay, just a humble Risen Reef. Does find them a land, though. Okay, so we're going to set up for a big turn next turn. Chapter 1. Cast Salvaging, discard Phoenix. Play this tapped. Fortunately, not able to draw 3 next turn. I think that we were supposed to do it like this. We get to loot away one of our lands off the rebound, Manamorphose, and so if we just find 1 instant or sorcery in the top 3 cards of our library that's obviously full of instants and sorceries, we'll be able to Phoenix. Opponent puts Yorion in their hand. Cast Salvaging, discard Strand, but oh, come on. Mill myself. We do find a Demi-Lich. We've cast 2 spells so far. I'm going to make blue-red, I guess. Okay, awesome. And we milled over a second Phoenix. Gonna keep just See the Truth Lightning Bolt in the yard, I guess. Seems fine. And then we're set up to start our next turn drawing 3. Call. Karmic Guide back Risen Reef. Scary. Probably beatable. I guess they're not quite dead on board this turn though. Need to find another bolt. So I bolt the Karmic Guide. If they chump block here, they go to 3. I guess they just can't win on an empty board, can they? They have to like Planesbound Accomplice, right? Milled over a Lightning Bolt. Yeah, Ashiok stops the search, but I don't know that I'm supposed to play so scared of the combo when they just like can't really combo here, you know. Yeah, Karmic Guide is a flying blocker, so it's, you know, I am flashing back the bolt, but it's not going to be game winning. Oh, I thought I could cast the Lich too. I'm missing instants and sorceries in the yard. Yeah, they did finally fix See the Truth. And I will say, you know, that's always like the main priority when we're playing with new cards, new tech or whatever, is evaluating it. And See the Truth has definitely felt very powerful in the deck so far. I guess I should say this deck is really good at using that extra card advantage. Not every deck is. I'm going to keep this. Flareon Terror, Haughty Gen, Founding Third Path, and Pioneer as a Cruise replacement. Let's play Cruise. Will be playing the full 8 Founding Truth and Mentor? I don't know. It's just like... I don't know. It's like... Obviously, you could maybe play Snapcaster. Ooh. Living End's a pretty bad matchup. You could play Snapcaster, but... I have a lot of sideboard cards for it, though. I don't know how you make room for all that. I'm not going to need any white mana this game. Prismatic Ending is pretty dead, so I think I could just go ahead and get a basic island. Then I think we're going to cast Salvaging this turn, discarding Ending on my opponent's instep. How happy would I be for this deck if they reprint Careful Study into Modern? I mean, it would be a big deal for this deck, but it would also be like... You know, this would not be the only deck that plays it. It would be a huge format staple in Reanimator and Dredge and Hollow One. I feel like there's a really obvious one I'm missing. Geez, like 14 months. Thank you. It would be, you know, like one of the best cards in the format immediately. Philmatic, thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate ya. Make Affinity great again? I think Affinity, like, I know Mingu really likes Affinity. I usually like Affinity when I play it too. Is there any purpose to playing this out? I mean, I feel like I could draw literally perfect, right? I could draw literal perfect. Discard land off Salvaging, Metamorphose, Scour into Million Phoenixes and Demi-Liches, but I guess I can't draw literally perfect against the Architects. I think I'm comfortable enough to concede, knowing how long it takes for Grief and Architects to resolve, and understand I'll be okay. Missing out on having to draw literally perfectly. I mean, Affinity, not the Saga training wheels. Oh, brutal. That's a good tweet, huh? That sounds like a good tweet to me. Blossoming Calm helps hedge against the grief. Might be better than Gutshot. Let's play one. Working on trying to make moderate engineer works anyway. Love your take. Here's my current Asmo list build. Okay, let's take a look. Kind of surprised to see no Asmo, since I think the card has a lot of synergy, but I guess you do get to make a lot of room. So you're kind of playing Seasoned Pyromancer over Asmo. I think you're playing a lot more artifacts. I think Inscribed Tablet's kind of bad. I wasn't a big fan of it. So I do agree that Synthesizer is a lot better when you are not playing Asmo, but you're also playing Synthesizer in a deck with like 2 6-drops, an 8-drop, and 4 3-drops, and sorry, 8 3-drops. I think like I really like Synthesizer when you curve out at 2, and like you can have like 1 or 2 3-drops total, but I'm not a big fan of Synthesizer with this higher curve. I do think Cookbook is still good enough as a tutor target discard outlet. I like the Power Conduit. I think Wellspring is like really slow. I think you can play 1 as an engineer tutor target if you think it's good enough, but I really hate how slow Wellspring is. I also like, you can sideboard the Immortal Sun. It doesn't feel like a card you should be main decking. I think you can main deck the Worm Coil. Like I think 3 tutor target or 3 like big artifacts main deck is about as many as I'm willing to go. I don't hate the Treasure Vault. Don't hate the Treasure Vault. I do kind of hate the Buried Ruin. You can't afford to play infinite colorless lands. This is 6 colorless lands in your 20 land deck with lots of red 1-mana creatures. Yeah, that's true. When you lose Asmo, you lose out on access to any removal, which is kind of tricky. Tricky. I feel like I don't love the Blast Zone on the side. I would be playing like another like a Ratchet Bomb or a Explosives instead. And if you want it, and you could like if you feel like you can afford another colorless land and you want to Blast Zone to the 75, you can play it over the Buried Ruin too. Okay, Grief Pitch Living In. Probably gonna just take my Ashiok, right? Yeah, maybe Synths out for Galvanic Blast or Lightning Bolt. That would make some sense. Yeah, Ragavan with no removal spells is pretty medium. Curve also seems a little low when you're playing this many 3, or land seems a little low when you're playing 8 3-drops. You probably need like 22 lands. I also wrote a guide for Channel Fireball with some like different takes on the deck too. Like I had 3 different versions, and I agree there's just like a million ways to build this deck. So, I would maybe recommend checking out that guide though, because I had a bunch of different versions there. No, you can't play. I don't think Karn the Great Creator is playable if you're not a big mana deck that's making a ton of mana really fast. Okay, take the Ashiok. I think I'm just casting Scour over Consider here. Build over a Dimulich, that's nice. Then too bad Founding can't flashback Ashiok. The deck's been going pretty well so far. I will say, like, See the Truth has felt like incredibly good in the deck, and we hit Tron, which is a really bad matchup. We've also hit Living End, which is a really bad matchup. However, of those 2 bad matchups, I think I'm going to graveyard this to just dig deeper for Chalice Ashiok. Of those 2 bad matchups, this is the one we have sideboard cards for. The Boros Azrael I shared Friday has been overperforming. I can't remember. Oh, just like the Trash for Treasure with Sentinel. Yeah, it seems interesting. Sentinel's really good. You get a few more. You can play Stoneforge too. I know some people like to play Stoneforge Mystic and that version. Okay, we milled over a Chalice and a Phoenix and an Ashiok. So only 1 Ashiok left in the deck. It is kind of awkward here if we go off and we bring back our DMU Lich and our Phoenixes, or just one Phoenix, and we just get living in the next turn, but I don't know that I've got much of a choice. I just have nothing but lands in hand. Getting a little bit flooded this league, huh? Yeah, Cauldron's some interesting overlapping synergy there. How was Aether Channel Coco? Do you think the list you played is the best 75? I like Channeler a lot in Coco. I would be playing 4 for the foreseeable future. I think the card is a big upgrade. I liked it a lot. Sideboard is always going to be in flex. You have some flex spots in the main deck too. I think that I would likely be changing the sideboard if I were to be building the deck again right now. This does force them to living end, and what's kind of nice is like if they living end with Charlotte's Agent, the Grief doesn't do very much, and I feel like Grief Curator Street Wraith is beatable. A lot of times people will pass to their second main phase with 2 lands, and then they just don't have a third land. Well, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do to be so lucky here, huh? Force of Vigor founding the third path. That's got to be a first. Come on. 17 lands, by the way. I think I might be, maybe I'm supposed to bolt them here. I think this is fine also. Do I want to play around Force of Negation? I think no. I think main phasing this for Chalice of the Void. Okay, we won anyways. Thanks to our complaining abilities. Alright, let's go to game 3. Something like this. I think Blood Moon main is Merc is good again, so many Ley Lines of Binding, or go Shore Up. You can main deck Blood Moon. I know Mingu likes it. I think Blood Moon is better right now than it's been in a long time. I think that people are adopting Binding a little bit faster than I expected them to do, which is great. I like to see people adopting new cards quickly. I think that Blood Moon is like a better plan in Murktide's sideboard too. Like I'm now pretty interested in having the first Blood Moon in the 75 and having it be part of my plan against 4 color. In the past, like before Binding, I wasn't like interested in playing. I would you could play a Blood Moon post board against them, but it's like not as good as playing like Disputes and like Narset, I think, or Shore Up maybe. It's interesting though. I'm excited about it. I think that Blood Moon being a bit better positioned is like good for the health of the format. I'd love the Blossoming Calm of Grief here. I wonder if I'm gonna cast. There's no way I cast Blossoming Calm off Founding next turn, right? Until your next turn. I guess I could cast the Blossoming Calm right now if I wanted to, and that would protect my Ashiok from Grief this game. Does kind of feel like a way I could lose. But my main deck doesn't mean Mono Red Prison Stompy is viable. No, there. Huevos 9 months. If you're gonna play a deck with main deck Blood Moon, you should be playing like Rakdos Scam or Ponza or Blue Moon. Not Prison Tron or Mono Red Prison, which is a deck that I've always made fun of, I guess. Yeah, well, I only brought it, so I'm bringing in Blossoming Calm not necessarily because Grief is like so scary or because we like need that effect, but mostly because I kind of think that Blossoming Calm is largely better than Gutshot in this matchup, where it can function as a 0 mana spell, where if you set up the rebound sometimes, and it can function as a 0 mana spell that has utility against Grief, while Gutshot has like almost no utility. We just have 1. Yeah, of course saying Moderate Prison summons Fluffy, but I sure do think that deck sucks. Sorry. Wait, was the 9? Thank you again. So they turn 3 Living End. We're gonna have to beat 4 creatures. Notably, Architects can't target me this turn. Plays the lands. Does go for the agents. Ashiok a little slow in the draw. They built 35 cards without flipping a Living End. They have to target themselves because I have Hexproof though. Makari, I think with 2 months. Gonna have to draw super well, but we can definitely draw well enough to beat this. What's to draw to beat this? A series of Demi Liches and Arc-like Phoenixes to build a bigger board state than my opponent, or potentially race. I think I'm gonna dip or ditch the Ashiok at this point. I also get to mill myself for 4, trying to find Phoenixes and Liches. We hit none of them off of the first 5 looks here. Okay. I've cast 2 instants or sorceries this turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can graveyard this. Awesome. A much needed Manamorphose here. And I can light. Is it better to Lightning Bolt Architects of Will? No, I think I'll probably just, well, it's close because I really want to be able to flashback See the Truth next turn. I can also See the Truth into another Lich. Let's try to do that. Missed. Take the Scour. Cast the Lich. Really wanted to find 2 creatures this turn. I'm probably thinking that just 1 creature is not going to be enough here. I'm gonna get this is a trick though with Founding the Third Path is you're gonna want to set a stop on your draw step if you think you might want to cast an instant in your upkeep that you want to flashback with Founding. I'm also, I think I'll trade Demi-Lich for a Street Wraith, take 10 down to 10. And then very likely upkeep Thought Scour, or draw step myself, Thought Scour, to see if I want to flashback Thought Scour, flashback See the Truth, flashback Bolt or something. I think Prophecy would be good in creativity. I saw that Young Dingo did well in a like prelim with it earlier this week or something. Okay. Gonna have to draw so perfectly. Although we still have 4 Phoenixes in the deck. I don't think I'm supposed to take 12. I'll block Charlotte's Agent if they attack with Charlotte's Agent. Well, if I take 12, I can go Thought Scour myself. Flashback See the Truth. Yeah, the problem is I'm just like, my life total is just too low. And I want to try to just be able to replay the Demi-Lich for 0, like chain some cantrips together here. Okay. Play this on 0, I guess. I don't think they should force this, but the fact that they pause, it kind of makes me think that they have force, which is not great for me. I think this Thought Scour is kind of everything too. Yeah, these chalices and did not show up in time. Can't get my Liches back. I concede. Alright, 2-2. It's very hard to mulligan Manamorphose. I think I'm going to keep this. Ever played Demi-Lich in a Prowess type deck? I've played it. It definitely has, synergy there. to stop out of here. I think I'll just ending the crab this turn against Mill. I think I'm gonna fetch now. They didn't have trap last turn, although maybe I kind of want them to trap. Free dub. Yeah, this matchup's weird, obviously, where you're pretty weak to surgical. You used to have like Flusterstorms in the sideboard for the surgicals. Could be an odd matchup. Here, let's make blue-red. Second spell cast, graveyard. Lightning bolt them, cast a lich. Flooding out a bunch today. Cycles Fractured Sanity. Maybe you can mill over something useful. Bills over a Phoenix. Tasha's gonna be a huge blowout. Yeah, I mean, I do have a lot of 4-drops at least, but yeah. Especially if they surgical you before they Tasha's, they can really get a lot of the deck. Tasha is just 12 cards. Okay. Then see what we draw. Prismatic Ending. I think I'm just supposed to cast Phoenix, then like I have lethal next turn with the Flashback Bolt. 7 + 7 + 3 is 17. Do you think this deck would be good in the meta of Amulet, Yogg, Scales, Creativity, Merfolk, Living End? I would say the deck is... I've always liked it against Yawgmoth. I've always liked it against like decks like Scales, Merfolk. I think it's unfavored against Living End. Creativity matchup is weird. Probably not that good against it overall, and not that good against Amulet. In general, like this deck is good against creature decks, mid-range decks, control decks, aggro decks, and bad against like big mana and spell-based combo, like Living End, Titan. And obviously you can hedge your sideboard against some of these strategies, just not everything. Maybe Blossoming Calm is better against Mill now than it used to be because they're playing more Founding the Third Paths, they're playing more Glimpses. I think that I'm down to play like 2 Blossoming Calms and be at like 61 cards. Yeah, Dimmulich does not cast the spell for free. I mean, Dimmulich would just be like insanely broken if it did. Surprise, Blossoming Calm is the same deck. Isn't it one mana counter in best plays? It doesn't counter Tasha's. It only counters Archive Trap, and it does counter Glimpse if they're playing Glimpse, which more or less I should say are playing Glimpse than they have been, but not every list is playing Glimpse like it was like years ago. Yeah, I guess I am gonna go Blossoming Calm here so I can cast at least one of my Dimmuliches next turn. Yeah, it counters Hedron Crab Trigger. It doesn't actually counter Ruin Crab Trigger. Alright, so what does this mill me? It mills me Manamorphose, Canal, Thought Scour. Is Founding good enough to play without See the Truth? Because the front half seems very mopey. I've liked Founding in basically every deck I've played it in so far. I've liked it in the Esper Mentor deck. I've liked it in it was good in the Reanimator deck, but that build of Reanimator was worse than like versions without it, I think, without the Ephemerates. There was one other deck I played it in that I liked it. I thought. But like Founding has like some weird deck building restrictions, but I think the card is super powerful. I like it a lot. Been testing it in Pioneer Mill. That's kind of interesting. How was Mill? Yeah, Mill and Pioneer. Is that something you can do now? Because you get Tosh. I guess Tosh just kind of sucks in the form. I guess Tosh just kind of sucks in a format with Treasure Cruise. Rogue's Mill? Yeah, maybe more focused on Rogue synergies best. I guess I'm just gonna do chapter 1 and cast the See the Truth here. Try to maybe find a land, set up for a good turn next turn. Yeah, your crabs are a lot worse without fetch lands too. They're like so much worse. I kind of want the 0 mana spell. I should keep the Consider. And it's kind of also awkward. Do I mill there? I guess I mill them next turn probably. Second Metamorphose is very powerful here. Oh, sorry, I can't cast it because I don't have red. Okay, I need to consider 4 red mana, hopefully. There's red mana. Obviously, they could have a Archive Trap. Maybe Archive Trap comes back to bite them in the face. Maybe they have a counterspell for this. Archive Trap me. Obviously not hitting any creatures. Why did I mill them? I'm playing against mill, so I was worried that if I milled myself, I would be killing myself. And, you know, they're also going to mill me enough that it's not like I need to be milled more. I guess I cast this Consider. The DMU just becomes 0 mana. Get to Graveyard of Phoenix. Was definitely the upside there. My experience with current iterations of Living End is it not one of the most miserable play experiences ever. I don't usually like questions like this or like Spike, I hate this deck. Do you hate this deck too? Living End does suck to play against a lot of the time, but it's not like my least favorite style of deck to play against. I actually usually enjoy to play against linear strategies in Modern. And not like play like shorter games and super long grindy games. But I agree, Living End definitely has some very frustrating play patterns. But it's also like, I don't know, like it's hard to say call like current Living End like more miserable than like Eldrazi, Hogak, Cascade Valky, Oko era, Urza Opal Astrolabe era, Obnath Uro, Field of the Dead, Mystic Sanctuary. Just like they're current 4-color Yorion. There's a lot of decks I've hated more. We're gonna try more Jund with Cats. Yeah, we might do that tomorrow. I'm trying to think think what the rest of the week's gonna look like. Because I also want to play more of this too, but I also need to eat lunch. So tomorrow I might do something like start the stream off tomorrow with like 2 leagues of See the Truth and play like 1 league of Jund. We'll see what happens. This turn, I think I'm going to go target Prismatic Ending and then flashback Lightning Bolt targeting them, flashback Blossoming Calm, Gutshot, play another Demi-Lich. Kahiro Whitgris Jund. You have to lose Ragavan and you have to lose Goyfright. 2 unimportant cards. 2 very unimportant cards. We can play some Cat Lords instead. Wait, I have to draw a card? That's nuts. That's broken. They're down to 10. They're dead to Gutshot, Flashback, Gutshot, 2 Demi-Liches. I also have a Bolt I can flashback. I don't have any Phoenixes left. I only have 1 Demi-Lich left, so land Tasha's might kill me. I do, however, have Hexproof right now from Blossoming Calm, which I guess is like maybe not the most relevant thing ever. Of course not, because Ruin Crab doesn't doesn't help me there. No, Tasha's doesn't target. Why it doesn't target is like, you know, I guess it's EDH. EDH is why not. But that card also sucks at EDH, right? Because mana values are so high. Okay, Drown a Lich. Okay, so if I see the truth into lightning bolt or ending, I win. Ding, 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 ding. They can have surgical for my flashback prismatic though. People still play tiny leaders. Yeah, this chat has always been a safe haven for the tiny leaders fans, and I am the leader, the tiniest leader. Actually, I played a lot of tiny leaders back in the day when it was popular. I don't like to brag, but I think I'm actually something like 30-0. I play, at least at my local store. I played Azusa. I played like 4 matches a week. I did it for like 6 weeks or something while it was popular. I never lost a single match at the local store. Nobody could beat my Azusa deck. I was playing Dark Depths. It was nasty. It was nasty. Okay, 3-2. Obviously not like super crazy. Obviously not super crazy, but I will say See the Truth felt very good in the deck so far. It was super powerful to draw 3 cards. I think what I'm going to do is call the stream here today, and then I'm going to work on the sideboard, and then play like 2 leagues tomorrow with an updated sideboard, and then maybe play more Goryo's Vengeance after that. Maybe play John.
You